So today, I'm showing you guys how I meal prep because you motherfuckers make it way too difficult for no reason. I just did all this in 45 minutes. I also have another form of chicken cooking in the crock pot. Takes 3 hours to cook, but there's no maintenance for it. You literally put that shit in there and it's done, right? So all this stuff, meal prepped, 45 minutes. That's also with me yapping, and y'all know I like to do that. So here we go. So we're gonna get back on track, and I told you guys, I'm gonna show you guys how I meal prep. So I meal prep very simple. It doesn't have to be some elaborate sort of thing. If you make your meals and you enjoy them, it doesn't have to take you forever. So we're gonna make 2 different types of chicken, some steak, potatoes, my Reese cups, and a protein dessert with bucked up protein powder. That's gonna give you some really strong starting points, but also something you can do even if you're super busy, you're a single mom, single dad, super busy with kids, whatever your life looks like, it's super fucking easy. And I would even say, go to the gym, get it started, cook some of it. While it's cooking, go take a shower, and then it's time to flip your chicken, or it's time to do other stuff while you're meal prepping. That's the goal, and utilize all the things that you have. So I need to cook this chicken and this chicken, and I always meal prep before I use up steak down. His meat is on the ground. I got my taters and my rice, and also my house shoes. We're gonna start the things that take the longest first so that I can be doing other stuff while the other things are doing. I like my food to be pretty fresh, so I don't make too much at once. So a cup of rice, 2 cups of water. You can put some salt in there, you can put some coconut oil. I typically just keep it plain so I can make it taste however I want it to taste. So 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. Dunzo. And then we're gonna pop this bitch in here. But if you get one of these, this also doubles as like a crock pot. You can make oatmeal in this shit. You can saute some things. All right, now we're gonna get the air fryer ready for some chicken. And then also crock pot ready for some chicken. And I'm honestly a super lazy air fryer type of girl. You know, like I hate washing that thing. There's something about it that every time I have to wash it, I'm like, fuck. So we're gonna pour it. And also we're gonna cook steak in here and potatoes. So I can just dump this, start the next thing. When I'm choosing the things that I cook with, I go for 0 cal, super clean ingredients. So this is avocado oil spray. It's 0 calories and the only ingredient is avocado oil. Isn't that crazy? My rice, because some rices, if you buy it, there's additional things to preserve it. My rice, the only ingredient, jasmine rice, wild. So whenever you're buying things, make sure that whatever you buy is actually what it is and not a bunch of things plus what it is. You know what I'm saying? Keep it clean. Spray that bitch down. Raw chicken low-key grosses me the fuck out. I'm not gonna lie. It looks questionable. Gross. I typically go for Old Faithful, which is the blend salt, pepper, garlic. This is absolutely fire. This is how I cook my air fryer chicken. I've done this for like probably 6 months now, and I haven't changed up the recipe. You can obviously change up, but you always need salt, pepper, garlic on everything you cook. Like, it's just a staple, and then you can add whatever you want. So you can do Montreal chicken seasoning, you can do Montreal steak seasoning, you can grab a nice poultry blend. Creative, change up your flavors. That's gonna help you stay locked in on your meal plans. I'm gonna throw this bitch on here real quick. Salt, pepper, garlic on. Now, my seasonings are all 0 calorie because why would you waste calories and macros on a seasoning when there's some that are 0 calorie that are better for you? I'm gonna hit the chicken setting. 375, 22 minutes. Then I'll flip them halfway through. And I'm gonna throw in some more chicken. Okay, so this chicken's gonna be shredded chicken because sometimes just textures and different things can help change the whole flavor of everything. If you need more, make it 2 pounds. I'm only cooking 1 pound because I'm the only one that eats this. If you have kids that like to eat your food, probably do more. Now we're gonna throw in the same thing. Salt, pepper, garlic. But then I'm gonna use herbs to season this one because honestly, bellies, if you struggle with gut health, bloating, your belly just doesn't feel good after you eat, maybe try to cut out some of the peppers and onion powder, things like that, because your body may be getting more inflamed and bloated and holding inflammation because of the things that you're eating. So if you were to go some herbs, like a Mediterranean is fire. These 2 are my favorite. So this one is a Mediterranean, this one is a French. After this, I put in about 1/4 of a cup of water. If you do 2 pounds, you're gonna need a little bit more water than that. This is what's keeping the flavor in your chicken. And then I usually put this over rice or potatoes, sweet potatoes. And it's gonna cook for 4 to 6 hours. And then I'm gonna take this here whisk and I'm gonna stab it like this, and when it starts to shred by itself, it's done. If it's hard to shred, it's not done yet. Let it cook a little bit longer. We already have our basics already cooking. All right, so now what we're gonna do, chicken's in the air fryer. So now we're gonna chop up potatoes. And then you can have fun with your potatoes. So sometimes I make 2 different types of potatoes because I eat them so much. Yellow potatoes are less carbs than sweet potatoes. So I'm a very simple girl. I do not get bored of eating the same thing every single day. I do think it's important to stay on plan and to build the habits, but also give yourself reward meals and cheat days. If you're not willing to hold yourself accountable and eat the same things or eat consistent macros, you're never gonna see results, even if you're eating super healthy, because your body needs to be able to depend on a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fats to be able to build muscle, burn fat, to build your metabolism, to work for you to function better. It's super important to meal prep or at least know what you're putting in your body. If you're constantly eating out, there's so much sodium in those foods and sugar because it's a restaurant, it's a business. Even the meal prep companies, they have to make the food taste good. So it's always gonna be healthier to cook at home, but there are healthy options that you can get out. I think it's also because I don't have the same cravings that I used to have. If you're constantly eating out, you're constantly eating junk food, you're eating addictive chemicals, right? They put things in these foods that are making you crave it more and making your brain feel like, oh my God, I need this, I need this, I need this. And if you cut those foods out, you're gonna see that your cravings go away and you start to crave the healthy things because your body is thriving on fuel and nutrition rather than a temporary satisfaction. So try it, 2 weeks. Don't eat the same shit that you always eat that's junk food, and Chipotle even. Chipotle is not that good. Just saying, it's a healthier option, but there's still things that are gonna make you crave it. So now potatoes are cut up. I'm gonna spray with a little bit more oil like this. I'm gonna throw some of this on there. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Jiggle, jiggle, pop. Put this on my dough. Potatoes are prepped. I'm debating. The Crockpot chicken, you don't have to add more seasoning because you already added enough and you're gonna be shredding it, so it's gonna mix in. After you flip the chicken in the air fryer, we gotta add more seasoning because flavor is important. So we're gonna throw on more of this, and then we're gonna put it back in for the additional 11 minutes. Oh, if you don't have an air fryer, you can throw it in the oven. Same temperature, 375, 20 minutes, or you can do 400 for like 18 minutes. While that's almost done, we're gonna make some healthy Reese cups. Okay, so these are my favorite because they're parchment paper, they're like wax lined, and your Reese cups aren't gonna stick to it, so that. And then you need Hu. Hu is my favorite chocolate bar because the ingredients are super clean. I am using a scale. I weigh all my food. I'm gonna ask my clients to weigh out their shit. I'm gonna weigh out mine too. Plus I have goals. I'm trying to get my abs back, you know what I'm saying? So 2 squares per cup, oh God. Oh God. Now I'm gonna put this in the microwave for 2 minutes and melt all the chocolate. My microwave is really tall and I need to get a step stool, but we're not gonna talk about it. 2 minutes on the clock. So I typically get sun butter because the fat is higher and my fat is typically lower in the meats that I choose to eat. So I get my fat from sun butter. We're only gonna use 10 grams per cup. Can't open it. So all y'all motherfuckers that are grabbing all this shit with all the fake shit in it, stop. Like, there are healthier options and easier ways to do things. So now we're gonna turn on our scale. That should be almost done. Wow, look at the time. The plate's hot. My fingers are sensitive. If you don't know how to use a scale, how you're gonna do it is zero it out. I want grams for this one. You wanna weigh like nut butters, your carbs in grams, and then your meats in ounces. That'll just make it easier for you to track, and then you don't have to convert anything. This one's not melted all the way, that's crazy. Now it's melted. Licks of whatever you're doing does count, by the way. Keep that in mind. If you're saying that you're sticking to your macros, but you're constantly licking the spoon after you do something, you're adding. So we're gonna do 10 grams each cup of sun butter. Or you can do peanut butter, just keep in mind macros would be different. So 10 grams. Now we're gonna take another 10 grams, put it on this one. And then all you're gonna do from here is just cover it up, put them in the freezer. And then whenever you're ready to eat it, you grab it out. You're gonna need to freeze them for at least 4 hours before you eat any. But the night that you eat them, they're still gooey in the middle. So like that's my favorite day to eat them. Chicken is done. Guess what's next? Potatoes. Pop these in the freezer. They look like this. And then you're good to go. There may or may not be pizzas in my freezer. We're gonna take the chickens out. Throw the chicken in. And it looks like this. Fire. All right, so now we're gonna throw the potatoes in the air fryer, like so. Now we're gonna do 400, 20 minutes. And then while that's cooking, I'm gonna show you guys how to do the protein dessert with bucked up protein powder. Your nanner needs to be squishy. So we're gonna put in 50 grams of a banana. If it's not ripe enough, if it's not super squishy, put it in the microwave, it'll make it squishy. And then we're gonna grab a scoop of protein powder. This is my favorite protein powder by Bucked Up. Absolutely phenomenal. If I was using either chocolate or vanilla protein powder, I would put cinnamon in on my own. So the fact that I don't even have to do that is crazy. So now we're gonna do a scoop of protein powder. The macros: 1 gram of fat, 2 grams of carbs, 25 grams of protein, 110 calories. Tastes yummy, and you can make desserts with it. I even make this into like a paste, and I put it on rice cakes. Like I mix this, some stevia and salt with some almond milk, throw that shit on rice cakes. It's like icing, it's fire. You guys just need to get more creative with your desserts so that you can satisfy your sweet tooth. And then now we're gonna put in 25 grams of oatmeal, and make sure you clear out your scale every single time you enter in an ingredient, because if you don't, your numbers are gonna be all over the place, and trying to do math and like adding a bunch of shit together all at once is crazy. We're gonna do a little splash of salt, 2 packs of stevia. Stevia is a natural sweetener, so it doesn't have the artificial taste, plus it's 0 calorie, so you can still make things sweeter. I throw this in my coffee every single day with a little bit of almond milk, and everything that I eat is clean, and my body feels better. The almond milk that I use is almond milk. Now, I don't really know how much of this to put in, I'm not gonna lie to you, so let me do it, and then I'll tell you. So I think I do close to like 4 ounces, but I'll let you know. So that's 2.8 ounces, because you want it to be thick, but you don't want it to be like too thick for me. We're gonna put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. I'm not feeling very hopeful at the current state. It's time to jiggle around our potatoes. Jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, pop. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Now back in. White lines. Don't be a dirty hoe. Clean up after yourself. He likes to eat out of a dirty kitchen. All right, now it's time to get this thing out of here. It's risen. It's also very hot. Should I get a mitt? Got it. All right, so it looks like this. It kind of looks gross, but believe in me, okay? Believe in me. Da-da-da. Time for toppings. So I'm gonna take 2 squares of this. This is the hazelnut butter hue bar that we used in our previous Reese cup. And I'm gonna break it into little pieces like this. I break each square into 4, and then I'm gonna put it on top. Because this is super low in fat as it is. It's higher in carbs because of the banana and the oatmeal, but it's not gonna be super high in carbs. All of the things that I make are super macro friendly. Now we're gonna use 15 grams of sun butter. And then I'm gonna drizzle it over top like this. And then it's gonna look like that. So now this is about 15 grams of sun butter, and then I kinda spread it around. The chocolate is gonna get meltier as it sits on here longer, but right now it looks like this, and it does rise as it cooks. You can cook it with the chocolate on it, but I tend to like it like this because I like to have the globs of chocolate rather than make it melted evenly. I don't know, it's just kind of my preference.
I love it. It's 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it. And I'm gonna eat the whole thing now. I would compare it to like a muffin. It's like a chocolate muffin, banana bread kind of thing.
Potatoes are done. Gonna throw these hoes in the, then we got some rice. Then we got some rice. We're gonna throw this in a container. And if you want your food to stay better longer, don't put it away when it's still hot. You're drying out all your food, and it's drying out like the nutrients, in my opinion. 2 different types of carbs, 2 different types of chicken, and now we're about to have red meat on top of that. Yo, crazy. So steak you can get creative with. You can make fajitas out of it, season it like fajitas, season it like tacos. I'm just gonna do salt, pepper, garlic. Sometimes I even do like an Asian fusion, like Japanese type flavor. And I'll put like salt, pepper, garlic, some onion powder, and then coconut aminos. Coconut aminos are my favorite substitute for soy sauce, because soy sauce is super high in sodium. which also causes water retention. So I don't eat soy sauce unless it's a cheat meal and I'm going to hibachi, which I will absolutely fuck up. But coconut aminos are absolutely fire on this, but honestly, kind of just feeling the simple flavors right now. I'm cooking beef sirloin steak. The sirloin steaks are gonna be leaner than other steaks, so this is only 5 grams of fat. If you get bison, it's only 1.5 grams of fat for 4 ounces. So you can choose the cuts of meat based on the macros that you have. So if you know that your fat's lower in the macros that you're on right now, probably go with a leaner cut of steak. And like chicken thighs are gonna be higher in fat than chicken breast. Done. I like my dinners to be bigger because then the times that I'm gonna crave food is when I'm not busy. And by crave food, I don't even mean something that's bad for me, just craving more food or whatever. Like I said, I'm in a cut. So I may not get completely full, completely satisfied. And at night when I'm laying down watching TV, if I'm gonna wanna go snack on more food, that's the time that it's gonna be. So I typically have my biggest meal at night. Is it a normal thing to always cut, bulk, maintain all the things? The answer is yes, and it sounds like it's a constant cycle because it is. Your body's always wanting to work for you and it's always wanting to improve, and as you train more, your muscles are gaining maturity, meaning they're looking better, they're getting stronger, and you are gonna have to constantly do cut, bulk, maintain, or you can just maintain for as long as you can until you decide you want a new goal. But the beauty of lifting and being active and constantly wanting to better yourself is you're never gonna lose that drive to wanna be better. And in order to look better for your cut, you have to bulk a little bit so that your muscles can withstand a little bit more. So yeah, it's gonna be a constant cycle of cut, bulk, maintain. Now, if you're on a weight loss journey, start there, start with getting the body that you're confident in and that you wanna show off. And then from there, you can work with a coach or kind of just have the conversation with yourself of, okay, what's my next goal? What do I want to work on next? So steak, I put in for 415 minutes. If you're only cooking 2 steaks or they're not as thick, do 10 to 12 minutes. I like my steaks medium. Also, your air fryer may be a little bit different than mine. So especially with steak, that's something you don't want to overcook. The steaks are timed to be flipped. What? We're going to flip these. One thing about tenderloins is that they're tender. They're not very easily grabbed. Flip, motherfucker. Okay. And I'm probably gonna cut down the cook time a little bit just to make sure that they're my cook of liking. Cook of liking? Doneness of liking. What? What is the word? 7 minutes. So I'm probably gonna take them out in about 4. So I'm only cooking them for 11 minutes, I think. And you may notice, Caleigh, you have no breakfast food. I'm gonna tell you, I have a weakness of breakfast food. Pancakes, muffins, all that jazz. I crave that too much because it's so good to me. I would rather have that for a cheat meal and just start my day. I train fasted. I eat around 12 for my first meal. So I'd rather start my day with rice and chicken, feel good, not feel bloated, not eat a ton of carbs my first meal. That's how I do it. Breakfast means I don't count macros that day because I'm gonna get it all. Steaks are done. They look like this. And obviously they don't have the char marks because I didn't grill these hoes, but I could. I have a grill. All right, so meal prep is pretty much done. We can't forget, we still have some chicken in the crock pot. Like I said, that takes a few hours. I wanted to get the startup process, and Chris wasn't here yet, which is not his fault. We did a workout video. Probably should have started that before the workout video, but I wanted to do it all together so you actually saw how long it takes me to do everything. So when it's done, I'm gonna shred that shit up, put it in a pan just like this, and then fridge. And then it's done. So that's how I meal prep. Quit making things harder and actually take the time to put yourself, your nutrition, your gut health first because you will feel better. But until next time, I see you later. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on those notifications, and leave a comment. Where's my knife? I swear I just had that, motherfucker.